The biomechanics concept that we'll be talking about in this video is the stretch-shorten cycle. The stretch-shorten cycle is if a muscle action is preceded by an eccentric muscle action or pre-stretch, then the resulting muscle action can create greater tension. So basically, if any muscle action is preceded by a pre-stretch, then the resulting action is going to be much greater. You're going to see a lot more power or force with that action. And the stretch shorten cycle is caused by three things. Number one, you have the activation of the stretch reflex, which is caused by two mechanoreceptors, the muscle spindle and the Golgi tendon organs. The muscle spindle is sensitive to changes in muscle length, whereas the Golgi tendon organs are sensitive to change in muscle length and tension. The muscle spindle activates to create muscular contraction. Also, a side note, if this pre-stretch is held too long, then this concept will not work. And the second reason why we see more power with a pre-stretch is that there's less electromechanical delay. So if the muscle is in a stretch to begin with, you have less electromechanical delay and more force. This is also known as taking up the slack. So when the muscle is already in a stretch, there's no slack to take up. And the final reason why we see this concept is the use of the elastic component of the tissue, so strain energy. So we release the stretch to get more strain energy, and then all of the stuff on the stretch we get to use in the snapback of the elasticity. So all three of these result in a greater force and help us do these big muscle actions in sport, and will also help you become a little bit more successful with this pre-stretch because the output results in greater force or power within that action.
When jumping, the eccentric stretch that occurs when bending the knee or squatting creates greater tension, which in turn increases the amount of power. You can see this in the videos that when you bend your knees, you are able to jump higher or get further off the ground vertically than would be possible without doing so. And this is because there is an increase in the amount of power. This concept of the stretch-shorten cycle in jumping is also applied during sports such as volleyball, basketball, when you go to head a ball in soccer, and basically in any sport that involves jumping.